Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into the world of ChatGPT.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, our listeners are obviously interested.
Yeah.
They sent us this source, Introduction to ChatGPT by A.C. Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
So I think people want to understand what ChatGPT can really do
Right.
beyond the hype.
Yeah, get past all the noise.
Exactly. And we're going to uncover some pretty fascinating insights from this book.
I think so.
This thing can write college-level essays.
Really?
Yeah, and even generate Python code, like
Mm.
complex code.
Hmm.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It's not just another buzzword. It seems like it could be transformative.
Yeah, it really does. And it's based on something called GPT 3.5 language technology,
Right.
which basically means ChatGPT has been trained on just this massive amount of data,
Yeah, I was reading about that. It's incredible.
like countless books, articles, websites,
Even code repository.
repositories, yeah.
Yeah, it allows it to pick up on the nuances of human language that previous AI models just haven't been able to do.
So it's not just spitting out like pre-programmed responses.
Yeah.
It's actually understanding and generating original text
That's the key.
based on what it's learned.
Yeah, and the way it's structured.
Okay,
This conversational format
yeah,
makes it even more remarkable.
that's where I wanted to go next, this conversational format.
It's like having a back and forth and makes it feel so dynamic
The author calls it a major leap forward.
and responsive, especially compared to GPT-3.
Okay, so how is it so different?
Well, earlier AI models felt clunky, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You had to be so specific with your prompts
Mhm.
to get a decent response.
Totally.
ChatGPT is different. It uses a reinforcement learning approach,
Yeah.
so it's much more adaptable.
So it learns from every interaction
Exactly.
and understands what we mean.
Even if we don't say it perfectly.
Wow.
And get this, the book even says human feedback
Really?
is incorporated into the learning process.
Wow.
It helps it grasp those nuances of conversation that AI has struggled with in the past.
Okay, so now I'm really curious.
Yeah.
If it can already write essays in code, what are some of the practical things it can do?
Oh, this is where it gets exciting.
Okay.
Think about AI that can create personalized learning plans
For each student.
for each student.
Wow.
Or chat bots that actually understand your needs
Okay.
and can resolve your issues without you having to talk to 5 different departments.
Oh my gosh, that's a customer service dream come true.
Right.
You know how many times I've wanted to scream at a chatbot
I know.
that just gives canned responses?
Totally.
But let's go back to education for a second. What stood out to you about that?
So not only can it create those personalized learning plans, but it can generate assessments,
Okay.
provide real-time feedback, and even offer one-on-one tutoring.
Like a 247 personal tutor,
Yeah.
but without the awkward silences.
It could revolutionize how we learn, make it much more accessible,
Right.
and tailored to individual needs.
The author also talks about ChatGPT being used for content creation.
Right.
Could it really write a novel?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
but the possibilities for content creation are huge.
Okay.
We're talking about high-quality articles,
Mm.
blog posts, marketing copy, even scripts.
Scripts. Wow.
Even scripts.
So it could be used in Hollywood?
Potentially.
Okay.
And the book mentions that it can translate languages more accurately than ever before.
So are we talking about a tool that could change how we work, learn, and communicate
Globally.
globally?
That's the potential, yeah.
Wow.
But of course, with any powerful technology, there are challenges,
Okay.
things to consider.
Like what?
Well, we need to talk about the potential downsides.
Okay, let's get into that.
You know, like how the data it learns from can impact its output.
What should we be aware of when it comes to its limitations?
One thing the book really emphasizes is that while it can do incredible things,
Yeah.
it's not a magic bullet.
Okay.
It can struggle with complex context or nuance.
Okay.
Like sarcasm or humor might go right over its head.
So it's not replacing human interaction anytime soon.
Right, it's not going to replace us yet.
The author also mentions Elon Musk's decision
Oh, yeah.
to stop OpenAI from using Twitter data to train ChatGPT.
Right.
What was that all about?
Well, it just highlights the need for careful consideration
Okay.
in how these models are trained.
Right.
Musk had concerns about potential misuse
Okay.
and the need for transparency in AI development.
So there are ethical considerations
Absolutely.
as this technology advances.
Yeah, and that needs to be part of the conversation.
Can you elaborate a little bit on how the data impacts the responses?
Sure, imagine ChatGPT is trained on a data set
Okay.
that has a certain viewpoint or bias.
Yeah.
Those biases could then be
Okay, I
reflected
see.
in the content it generates.
Okay.
This is a critical consideration as we think about responsible development and use.
Absolutely. So ChatGPT is powerful, but we need to be aware of its limitations.
Right.
But I'm still blown away by what it can do.
Yeah, me too.
It feels like we're just scratching the surface.
We are. This is just the beginning.
What are some of the other applications that you think would be interesting for our listener?
There are so many, it's hard to choose.
Okay.
But I think the ones that will really resonate
Yeah.
are personalized medicine,
Oh, wow.
scientific discovery,
Okay.
and even creative arts.
We'll dive into those more after the break.
Sounds good.
I think it's time to give our listener a moment to process
Yeah.
all this information.
It's a lot to take in.
We'll be back soon.
See you in a bit.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
We're ready to continue.
I'm curious about those applications you mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Personalized medicine, scientific discovery, and even the creative arts.
Those are some big
They
ones.
seem like huge leaps.
They are, but the book has some compelling examples.
Okay, let's start with personalized medicine. What does that even look like?
Imagine your doctor using AI
Okay.
to analyze your genes, your medical history,
Wow.
your lifestyle, to create a treatment plan just for you.
So not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. It's all tailored to you
Wow.
to maximize your chances of success.
The book talks about how ChatGPT could help doctors sift through tons of data
Mountains of it.
to find the most effective treatments.
Right. And for individual patients.
That's incredible. It's like having a whole team of researchers working for you.
And it goes beyond just treatment.
Okay.
It could also be used to develop preventative care strategies.
So you could identify risks before they even become problems.
Exactly. Help people stay healthy.
That's a game changer, especially for chronic conditions.
Absolutely.
What about scientific discovery? How can ChatGPT contribute there?
The possibilities are really exciting.
Right.
ChatGPT could analyze huge data sets of scientific research
Okay.
and find patterns and connections that humans might miss.
So it's like an AI research assistant.
It could help accelerate the development of new drugs or design innovative materials.
Wow.
Maybe even uncover the secrets of the universe.
Okay, I'm starting to see how ChatGPT could be a catalyst for progress
I think so.
in so many different fields.
Yeah.
But what about the creative arts? How does AI fit in there?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The book talks about using ChatGPT to generate music,
Okay.
to write poetry.
Wait, AI writing poetry.
I know, it's pretty wild.
That's kind of blowing my mind.
It can even create visual art.
So it's not just mimicking existing styles.
No, it can be used to explore new forms of creative expression,
Wow.
pushing the boundaries.
Could AI become a collaborator in the creative process?
Absolutely. Imagine a musician working with ChatGPT to compose a symphony,
Wow.
or a writer using it to brainstorm ideas for a novel.
It really challenges our assumptions about creativity
Where does inspiration come from?
and what it even means.
Yeah, it raises some big questions about the nature of art itself.
Right. If AI can create something that moves us, is it any less valid?
That's a deep one.
It speaks to the impact ChatGPT could have on our understanding of creativity and innovation.
We're living in a time of incredible technological advancement.
It's exciting, and it's a little bit daunting.
The lines are blurring between what's human and what's machine.
But as we've said, with great power comes great responsibility.
We have to approach these advancements with caution.
And make sure it's used ethically.
Yeah, the conversation needs to shift.
Okay.
We can't just focus on the technical capabilities.
Right.
We have to grapple with the societal and ethical implications.
It's not enough to just marvel at what it can do
We have to think critically about the impact it could have.
on our lives, our jobs, our values.
And we need to start having those conversations now.
I think that's a perfect segue into the practical side of things.
Okay.
How can our listener actually start using ChatGPT?
That's a great question, and the book gives some guidance.
Okay, I'm ready to learn more.
We'll delve into the practical aspects after a quick break.
All right, let's give our listener a chance to catch their breath.
They deserve it.
We've covered a lot of ground.
It's been a whirlwind.
We'll be back soon. Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
We're in the home stretch now.
We've talked about so much, the good and the bad, but now I want to know how to actually use it.
Well, the book actually gives us some answers there.
Oh, okay.
It talks about how there are all these platforms and applications where you can interact with ChatGPT.
So it's not like some secret thing.
Not at all. It's very accessible.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I was getting a little intimidated.
I understand, but the book really makes it clear.
Okay.
You don't have to be a programmer or anything to use it. There
Yeah.
are resources for everyone.
So if our listener wants to try it out, what are some things they could do?
Well, the possibilities are endless. You could just have a conversation with it.
Okay.
Ask it questions, give it prompts.
So I could ask it to write me a poem
You could.
about a robot falling in love with a toaster?
Exactly. Or something more practical, like
I
summarizing an article or brainstorming ideas.
Wow.
The more you use it, the more you'll discover what it can do.
So it's like a super intelligent assistant.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And it could be useful for so many people.
Students, entrepreneurs, artists, you name it.
But this is just the beginning, right?
Oh, yeah, this technology is constantly evolving.
It makes you wonder what we'll be able to do in a few years.
It's exciting.
And maybe a little scary.
We're witnessing a revolution. The possibilities are limitless.
But we have to use this power responsibly,
Absolutely, we have to guide its development.
so that it benefits humanity.
That's the key takeaway.
To our listener, we hope this deep dive into ChatGPT has been inspiring.
And maybe a little challenging.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions.
The future of AI is in our hands.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.